Hi Scorpio, welcome to your love reading. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Let's start by first shuffling the cards 4 times. Let's start with the past energies. Rejection or losing interest was present. There was something that felt fresh, new, like a new beginning. It felt like very promising. Wish fulfillment. But you might have understood that you needed to choose always yourself first. That's when things would get better. There might have been some long distance for some of you, or just the communication happened very quickly, very fast. Might have happened some communication in the recent past for some of you as well. But I think you were acting a bit naive or trusting too much and having bigger expectations than the reality. What about the current energies? I see you thinking, reflecting a lot, and realizing this is toxic, unhealthy. Contemplating a lot about this, having attraction still, thinking a lot, but not knowing how to solve this. It doesn't seem stable. It doesn't seem that any communication might solve anything, or it doesn't feel possible to rebuild this into a much stronger position. Like you have lost trust. You have attraction, but you have lost trust. What about what is blocking love in general? Okay, you doubting or having suspicion or lack of trust in all the interactions. And you have reasons, yes, I know, but especially from the past, because if you're getting to know somebody new, I think you don't have reasons to, and especially if you have interest to get to know them, you should not have reasons why not to put trust in the beginning. Then they need to show you what is their energy, actions and behaviors, and if they have feelings, and then to jump to some more conclusions. But I think it's okay to give some trust in the beginning and to create space for the other person to show themselves fully. Because especially if you start with either being jealous, asking too many questions, or making questions that are triggering possibly to the other person, you make them more withdrawn, and it becomes even more difficult for you to realize if there are real deep feelings, mutual ones, in a situation. So I think that is some kind of advice you are getting here, to put much more trust into new interactions. What about the near future? Page of Cups, there's somebody here. Okay. And here we have the 5 of Wands. Cherry on top. I was not expecting that, in fact, in that 5 of Wands energy. But I think we have the reason why that drama might appear. So first of all, there's somebody that has a crush on you, might communicate, might be new past, doesn't matter. I do see an interaction that happens in a very emotionally connected way. But then this might be blocked or just posed by some conflicts and disagreements. And connecting with the Moon card, I think it might be you triggering this other person to try to explain themselves, and I don't know, something happens and it becomes dramatic and conflictual. You might be thinking that they're not fully into you, or there's somebody else in the picture, some kind of jealousy or suspicion about another person. That might be the case in the near future, but I do see a connection so deeply that it's a shame that this might get blocked by 5 of Wands energy. Let's see if we can get else more details. Knight of Pentacles, and if those dramas happen, I think the connection then starts to move very slowly. It starts very promising, and then some dramas, conflicts happen, and it moves very, very slowly. So it's much harder to build trust again. And this might be a soulmate connection as well with the Two of Cups. There's Gemini here, Capricorn, Pisces energy, Aries energy, but it can be any sign. Now let's see about the person in your mind. Aquarius energy, air, another air, Gemini, Libra, water, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. They have feelings, but they feel defeated. They feel destroyed by this separation. They're trying to heal. They still want to keep alive some hopes and wishes there, but they feel defeated. Yes, that is the word. Defeated by that ending. It feels very painful to this person. They are very unhappy that it happened. They watch you, definitely. And they just trying to imagine you going towards them as a prince or princess charming with love messages and trying to be romantic again with each other. That's the kind of impression I'm having. A person that feels devastated. Terribly unhappy, I believe, with that combination 10 of Swords and Sun reversed, with still harboring feelings inside their heart for you, with some hopes with that Star card, and just waiting somehow at the door, waiting with the phone, checking the phone to see if they will get a message or call from you. That is the kind of impression that I'm getting with those kind of self-energies. Let's see what is the most important thing to know about this person. They feel blocked. They feel either they might have been literally blocked, or mostly it is the energy of feeling blocked. Like no matter how hard they might try to make this work, there's no manifestation, there's resistance, friction, lots of friction to see progress here. Now, if you want to know even more details about this person that is currently in your mind, there is an extended in the description box with more details about them. Scorpio, this was your general reading. I hope this was helpful. See you in the next reading, and bye for now.